The president and vice president marked the start of a new term here within the last 30 minutes. They attended a national prayer service at the National Cathedral. Now, the service brings together a variety of faiths for prayer, readings, and music. It's a moment of reflection and spirituality as the president gets down to business. ABC's Karen Travers takes a look at his plans for a second term.
The inaugural parties and parade are over, and now it's time for Washington to get back to business. This morning, President Obama and Vice President Biden and their families attended a prayer service. The president's inaugural address yesterday was an unmistakable call to action, a more optimistic address than 2009 when the economy was still teetering on the brink of collapse.
Preserving our individual freedoms ultimately requires collective action.
Liberals rejoiced at the president's clear left turn.
Progress does not compel us to settle centuries-long debates about the role of government for all time, but it does require us to act in our time.
The second-term goals the president laid out went beyond what we heard on the campaign trail, an ambitious agenda from a politician who will never run for re-election. Gay rights, climate change, gun control, immigration reform, and protecting Medicare and Social Security.
They do not make us a nation of takers. They free us to take the risks that make this country great.
Republicans said the president ignored the struggling economy, not enough about job creation or reducing the deficit. But Mr. Obama did acknowledge the ongoing partisan challenges facing Washington, carrying over from his first term.
We cannot mistake absolutism for principle, or substitute spectacle for politics, or treat name-calling as reasoned debate.
The president signaled a shift to a younger, more diverse America, one he wants to tap into for legislative success. Karen Travers, ABC News, Washington.
Our presidential inauguration coverage continues online, and you can watch the president's speech again, check out the slideshow of Hollywood celebrities and political figures who were there, and see highlights of other celebrations on thedenverchannel.com. Today, the Senate is expected to approve a bill that would send more than $50 billion in aid to states devastated by Superstorm Sandy. Once the Senate approves it, President Obama can sign the measure into law. Right now on Wall Street, let's see what's happening. The Dow is up 38 points. NASDAQ is down 3 3/4. S&P 500 up 2.5 points. It's going to be more difficult to find a Blockbuster video store these days. The company is closing 300 stores, and it's cutting 3,000 jobs in the coming weeks. Some stores are closing because they are nearing the end of their leases. The company is closing others because of poor performance. Blockbuster is owned by Dish Network, which plans to move Blockbuster's headquarters to Douglas County. Don't look for any gun deals on Groupon, for now at least. That includes shooting ranges, conceal and carry, and clay shooting. The coupon site has suspended promotions related to firearms while it reviews its policies. Gun rights advocates are calling for a boycott of that daily deals site. U.S. transportation investigators are running tests aimed at determining the cause of a fire central to the grounding of the Dreamliner 787. Earlier tests showed that a lithium-ion battery that caught fire on board an empty Japan Airlines flight in Boston earlier this month was not overcharged. Experts say that rules out a simple explanation, so the testing is going to continue today, challenging investigators to figure out, finally, what is wrong. Doctors' offices are dealing with more red tape and less money from insurance companies, and the result is they are passing costs on to you, the patient. Consumer reporter John Mattery shows us what you can do if your doctor's office wants more from you so you don't waste your money.
As if medical costs weren't rising enough, many people are now finding their longtime doctors adding new fees this year. And if it happens, the question is, what can you do? What should you do?
The new year often means a new commitment to getting healthy. But for a growing number of people, staying on track will come with extra costs.
So I got this letter in the mail on Monday.
Michael Anderson has seen the same doctor for more than 10 years. Now his doctor wants to charge him $50 a year just to be a patient.
The letter states that with this $50 come additional benefits, one including some guaranteed same-day appointments, which might be attractive to some people, email access and maybe like a web portal that you could ask some non-emergency questions.
More and more practices have the same rule. In addition to annual office fees, some offices charge paperwork fees. You can even get hit with a fee for chatting with a nurse on the phone.
I called and they said that there is no, it's either you're in or you're out. So either $50 at my next appointment or I might have to find another doctor.
Anderson says he's not sure what he's going to do because he actually likes his doctor. But now he's concerned that if he pays up, what's to stop practices from upping the charge?
What's to stop them from raising this in subsequent years? You know, if I'm $50 this year, could next year they might want to charge me $75 or $100?
If you don't want to pay these fees, your best bet is to talk with your doctor in private. Next time you see the doc, see if they can make an exception. If not, you may just have to pay it. And as always, don't waste your money. I'm John Mattery, 7 News.
And on the subject of additional fees, for an extra $40, you can be among the first 15 people to board a Southwest Airlines flight. The boarding first service can be purchased at the gate 45 minutes before the flight leaves. And last week, the new 2014 Corvette Stingray was unveiled. It won't be available until this summer, but somebody already is a lucky owner at a price of $1.1 million at a charity auction. That's about 20 times what the cars would cost once they hit the dealer's showrooms.